Hey, YouTube, what's up? I've been talking for the past 15 minutes and forgot. It's been a while. And I forgot that I'm supposed to actually start the button. I'm up here running my mouth. I don't know if y'all heard any music or not. I did not start nothing. Lord have mercy. Lord help me. All right, so please join the conversation. This is going to be a doozy. Just getting some stuff in order. All right, and we're going to talk about all these distractions. All right, we're going to talk about all these distractions we've been having. All right, and how easy it is for us to be distracted. All right, and in the midst of this distraction, right? I'm going to show you what's being done to us right under our noses. Right straight under our noses. Our noses. All right. And part of our problem is that some of us are allowing it. And it doesn't matter which some of us allow it. Because the sums of us that allow it kind of make it bad for everybody else. All right, I mean, real bad for everybody else. I mean, so bad for everyone else. All right, hold on for a second. I don't know who's on here first, not first, but who's on here yet. But let me greet everybody. Horton Hardu, the dog, Ola Oi to the bay, Bosses Los, Bonjamin Sami, Kedu, Bawani Konichiwa, Ni Hao Ni Ama, Sani Bonani, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Habargani, Assalamu alaikum and shalom. All right. So let me say, what's up, Dwight? All right, what's up, Dwight? All right. I don't know who else is going to show up, but I'm sending out notifications now. Let me see who else I got on the line. All right. Now, on this particular thing right here, I sent things out to the sisters that I knew would sent notices out to the sisters that understood to be sisters, right? But I did it differently. I went and picked who to send messages to on my Facebook. All right. Hold on. All right, and as I was discussing, we have a problem that's going to make it very, very difficult for us to get ahead as men. All right. Oh, that's good, Dwight. That's good. I haven't seen Carol on here in a minute. I was looking for Bertha Huff too. I haven't seen her in a minute. So I'm preparing for the trip to Brazil. All right. Oops. So basically, I'm doing some stuff wrong. So basically, there's a few things that we need to be aware of. And one of the things is that everybody in the United States believe that they should have superior rights over the Afro man. Okay, everybody believes that. Our so-called women, of course, the Anglos. All right. Now, as y'all know, my other channel was taken down. Hey, what's up, Michael Falcon? Oh, and don't forget, if y'all can remember to share the videos. My other channel was taken down because I called a certain group of people bullies, which they are, because they had the channel taken down for even mentioning that they are bullies because they are able to get the laws changed. They primarily, the strength of that group is consists of white men. Let's make it clear. Who feels like they have the right to do anything that they want to anyone else. Also, let's make that clear. All right. And they have the capital, the money, and a pull within organizations like Google, YouTube. Just a lot of the organizations that are so big that they're just another government entity to be used by the very people that's using our people in Congress. Man, and there was another dude that wanted on here. Hold on. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get him. Okay. Hey man, I'm doing a live show right now on my Reluctant Now Be Blessed. Are you able to come in?
I can if you give me a half hour to get home. I mean, I can come in from the car.
No, I mean get home, because I'm gonna be here a minute. All right, when you get home, get your ring so I can send you the link. You got my other email address, right?
I'm sure I got it.
Reluctant not be Eva. I mean, hold it. Reluctant not be a guy at hotmail.com. Oh, no. It's Refuge Temple not be at hotmail.com. Yeah, Refuge Temple not be hotmail.com. Yeah, I'll send you, hit me up, call me, and I'll send you the link there. All right, bet. All right, y'all. I just put out a call to Guy King. All right. Hey, what's up, KWU North Star? All right. I just put out a call to Guy King. As y'all know, his channel was taken down too. All right. Well, not only him, but a lot of Afro men's channel was taken down. All right. And on my channels, I start putting a legal phrase that with everybody understanding that we are Aboriginals, period. All right. We are Aboriginals. And like I said before, we have people making laws so that they could prey upon our children. All right. And remember, just because it's a law probably means it's not right. Hey, what's up, Daniel? All right. Just because it's a law does not mean that it is right and or justified. All right. These laws, these new laws that they're making up are downright sinister. They are downright sinister. And the reason why they're able to do it is because they found a way to keep us silent by keeping the brothers distracted and keeping everyone silent. All right. Now, so what they did on YouTube is they struck and took down a video saying that it was hate speech. Nowhere did I condone violence. Nowhere did I violate any of their policies on hate speech. But I did tell the truth about the group and pointed out the laws that they had passed and pointed out how their privilege supersedes everyone else's rights. They can walk into any bathroom they want, and if the people in the bathroom feel uncomfortable because they're not the same gender, well, to hell with them, because it's legal. In other words, America, the United States, they're making laws that are putting people at risk or putting people at the risk of being uncomfortable. And they said, well, we got to retrain. Retrain means brainwash people into thinking that biology is no longer biology. But in this case, women do not have the right to feel comfortable in their own bathroom anymore. Children don't have the right to feel protected in the public school classroom anymore. Oh, and as for our community, look out, because everything is good. It's good to go. You know why? Because there are no men. No, we're not talking about thugs. We're saying that there are no men left to speak up for and take care of the children. What's up, Elijah? All right, there's no one to do it. All the media is for the people with the money at the expense of us, the Aboriginal. The media is, as a matter of fact, it's at the point where we should start looking into ways of suing people for giving other people superior rights over us, picking and choosing who they're going to pay. Understand this. Google is summarily picking and choosing who they're going to pay. Anybody talking and upset about how their community is being destroyed by the laws that are being created for the top 1% of people with all the money to pay the people and hold on. The people with the money to pay the people to write the laws, to take away the rights of others so they can have the privilege to trample all over other people's rights. That's okay with people. It's okay with Google. Right now, you got more liberty on Facebook and Instagram than Google. If something is way out of line, it is restricted. And it's restricted basis on the same thing across the board. What Google do, what Facebook do not have is people that have something against you. All right, so they could just strike your commentary. Come to find out that you could call out BS in every other group but one. And that group consists mainly, the power of the group is Caucasian men with money. All right, with that group, they're shutting down all speech that will call them out for the damage. These are people that are actually closing down restaurants, closing down bakeries, closing down businesses. If you don't do what they want you to do, they will legally close you down. All right. And don't worry, just because they're not doing it by the law right up front, they will have a law written to close you down. That's what's going on. We are in a country that have a singular group of people, Caucasian men, that were responsible, whose ancestors were responsible for how we, as the Aboriginal, were treated during the 18, 17, and 1600s. Well, let's say 18 and 1700s. All right, in this country. Those are the same people writing the laws, giving themselves extra privilege. And here is the thing. It is like a mafia because they and the mafia operate the same way. Through stronghold tactics. Period. Through stronghold tactics. There were even laws against operating or strong manning people and forcing them against their spiritual. All right, remember, we had certain inalienable rights that was protected by the Bill of Rights that are no longer protected by the Bill of Rights because a group of Caucasian men decided to get together with and they didn't even get together with the BAWs, but they used the BAWs to show that they had, let's say, some flavor in their group. And I put the video up about the woman that was at the head of that was used to have all these laws created. And now she's trying to find Jesus while this damage is being done not only to our community, but to the other people's community. No one in this country has rights anymore. It's all about people who have privilege. And that is the difference. The same people that was running the slave trades the same group of people are the ones with privilege now. And they've taken away the rights of us, the Aboriginal. And we can't speak to what's going on in the community. We can't speak to how our children are under attack in the public schools. All right? If we try to speak to that, we get shut down. It's as simple as that. We get shut down. We get shut down big time. All right. And it's downright disgusting how we're being treated as a people. But the reason why enough of us cannot act on anything, because you know what you got to do to distract us? I can show you better than I can tell you. We are a group of people that are easily distracted. Easily distracted. We are easily distracted. All you got to do is, what did they say in Poison? Oh, yeah. Put up a big butt and a smile. And then we want to complain after the fact of how we're being so destroyed. We want to complain after the fact about all these things going on. How they're doing this to us, how they're doing that. And we seem to be allowing it every step of the way. Now, let me show you the other attack that they're doing. All right, here's the other attack. Now that we're distracted, thinking, oh yeah, because they're not getting their way. They're not, oh, the poor women, this, that, and the other. They're attacking us on another end. I don't know how many of you have been paying attention, but you know, you got the WNBA Woman Rookie of the Month. They don't have of the year, they have of the month. But she's in the news. The WNBA, hold on, let me say this. The WNBA is in the news because this woman is in the news because of her comment. All right, let's look at what she had to say. I hope y'all can see this. This woman, Ajah Wilson, says about LeBron James, 154 million, must be nice. We over here looking for $1 million. But Lord, let me get back in my lane. Well, if she's looking for $1 million, then she should make herself good enough to play in the NBA. Because the WNBA don't bring in that kind of money. So here's the story. Now, it's on BET.com, right? Current Rookie of the Month added she loves James but doesn't want to take anything from his talent, right? And so what they do is immediately go to take something away from his talent. You see how they do that? We don't want to take nothing away from his talent. But I'm gonna take something away from this. All right, so she goes, however, when detractors try to say women are paid less due to their lack of ability, she brought up how much bench players in the NBA make more than the NBA, WNBA players. Oh, it's about skill set. Because I heard the bench players get paid more than the NVM, she wrote. Now, let's take a look at the NBA, and let's take a look at the bench players. On the hold it. Let's take a look at the bench players on the NBA versus your stars on the WNBA. Here's the thing. The WNBA women don't rise to the skill level of elite high school male basketball players. Understand this, literally. All right. Now, I do believe that there's a set of women basketball players that should get paid. And they're not in the WNBA, they're in college. Why? Because of the money they bring in during March Madness. They don't bring in as much as the men, but they bring in some money. And guess what? They bring in the college women during March Madness brings in more money than the NBA women. Okay? She goes to complain that Power Forward compared the payout based on revenues, saying NBA players, WNBA players get 30%, whereas the NBA players earn 50%, according to Forbes. Here is the big news. According to Forbes, 50%. All right, so that's not according to Forbes. It's according to her. The WNBA players get less than 30%, whereas the NBA players earn 50%. Here's the big news. Do you want to know what the NBA brings in, according to Forbes? $7.4 billion. Yep, that's billion with a B. Bravo. And this was a low year in 2017. In comparison to the $25 million that the WNBA brings in. All right. The starting salary for women's league is $50,000 a year, whereas the minimum salary for professional NBA player is $582,180. Here's the problem with this, and y'all do the math. Oh, let me see. She says that she believes that women in general are underpaid, and that she wasn't even talking about sports. So I'm going to flat out call her a liar right now. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why she's lying. This is why she's lying. How many of you went to McDonald's, Wendy's? How many went to a clothing store? How many of you went to anything and bought anything in a store that was service industry? When you ask how much people that are getting paid minimum wage, is there a different minimum wage for women than there are for men? Or is minimum wage still the minimum wage? Last I checked, everybody at McDonald's, male or female, were getting paid the same thing. When you're working in other services in the street, let's say healthcare, you're getting paid by what you can do. All right. The reason why women have to roll along and lift up heavy patients, because men don't want the job. Why? Because they're going to get paid the same as the women. But if they go on the job, they will always be asked to lift the heavy patients. They will always be asked to do the hard work. So the men say, F that. We're not doing that job at all. So that's why you don't see male CNAs. All right? Because it's not worth it for brothers to go and have to do all the heavy lifting as a CNA and get paid the same as the woman. So basically, she wants equal pay. Let her do the work that the man would have to do. They crying they need men to do so that they can lift those patients. And the dudes is like, no. Because you want us to do more work than the women, but get paid less. Or get paid the same. Well, here's the thing. In the WNBA, while we're distracted and we don't understand this argument that's passed over, because they think that many of us are busy looking at big butts and a smile, the WNBA are complaining about the bench guys for the NBA, which would smoke. Let's put it 6-on-5, 6 of your WNBA All-Star, and let's put them against the bench players in the NBA. The bench players would still smoke them. That's why they get that much money. But that isn't even why they get that much money. How many people understand that the reason why the pay of the guy in the NBA is so exorbitant is because the owners are making so much more money off of them? What did I say? The women made $25 million. Now, this is some simple math I want you to use. How many women are currently playing in the WNBA? What is the roster for the entire WNBA? I want somebody, if they can, to look that up right quick. Because my computer's freezing. All right. Make sure I'm still on. All right. Can somebody tell me that? All right. We know that they're making $25 million. All right. We know that these women, again, who do we have complaining about the ethics and the work that the Afro man is doing? You have the black women in the WNBA that think that they should get paid as at least as much as the bench players. All right, and that's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. All right. Each team in the WNBA can carry up to 15 players. In the NBA, you have 10. They have a roster of 450 spots for the entire WNBA. All right, understand this. The WNBA has a roster for the total league, 450 spots. All right. Of all the teams, they have 15 players on the team. All right. Now, let's give each player $600,000. How many teams are there in the NBA, WNBA? All right. Let's see. How many teams are in? Hold it. All right. So the WNBA has 12 teams. All right. So let me do this math real quick. So the WNBA has 12 teams. With up to 15 players on each team. All right. All right, and the other number I was giving, that's counting everybody in the WNBA to include their farm league. All right, so we're going to just take the pros. All right, so she wanted $1 million a year. All right, let's not do that. Let's give them each $600,000 a year. Right? All right, so if we gave them all $600,000 a year, hold on, that ain't right. All right, so we have 12 teams times 15 players, 180. And so we're going to times that by 6. Oh, I put decimal. All right, that's right. All right. In order for the WNBA to have a legitimate complaint, the WNBA would have to make, in order to pay everybody, the $600,000. Okay, let's be fair. Somebody tell me. What's up, Nestor 99? Somebody tell me. is the what do you think that the parity? Okay, let's say $400,000. Let's give each player $400,000. Maybe you get a star or two, they get $1 million. So, but everybody else $400,000. Let's make $400,000 minimum wage. All right. So let's go back again. All right. So I'm gonna clear this out. All right. So let's go back again. All right, let's go back again. Hold on for a second. I'm looking for something real quick. All right. Let's say 400,000. Let's say 400,000. So 12 teams. Okay, for them to get 400,000 a year, the WNBA, just to pay the players, would have to make $72 million. All right, $72 million to pay each woman that plays the minimum wage of $400,000 a year. In other words, when you're only generating 25 million, how in the world are you going to compare yourself to the NBA, who's generating 7.4 billion? That's right, I said billion with a B. All right. And this is the craziness of it. The craziness of it is the people that are doing these things okay, they're up to 18 franchises. Oh, that makes things worse. Now the league has to make 108 million to pay these women. They would have to make 108 million to pay each woman the minimum wage of $400,000. Okay, so the men who are the better protectors are not allowed to protect our children. The men who bring in the most money to a company have to give up some of their money to keep women viable who think they can do the same thing but fall just way disgustingly short. The only time there was interest in the WNBA was when it first started with the Houston Comets. All right, and everybody, including me, liked the way those females played some ball. And they were kind of feminine. That all changed. All right. No one wants to go see women trying to be like the men. The Houston Comets was like fast pace, fast break. All right. So when you look at this is ridiculous when you only make 25 million. So let's look at let's look at the average salary in the WNBA. The maximum salary in the WNBA is about $115,000. Players make multiples of that abroad. Okay? So the WNBA women that have a problem with the pay in the United States need to go abroad. But no, they're trying to force people to pay something that they're not even worth. And this is why they're not worth it. Abroad, there's an audience for women's basketball. All right. There is an audience for women's basketball abroad. In the United States, you get the excitement of women's basketball with the college. The WNBA, people don't see. I mean, come on. The WNBA is just clearly overshadowed by the NBA. All right, and there is not that problem in Europe. There's not that problem anywhere else where you have NBA quality basketball with the men. All right, so basically, even with the women, with what the women are getting paid, all right, the WNBA, all right, check this out. Even with the WNBA has to be taken care of by the dudes in the NBA. All right, because we're just talking about the players. We're not talking about everything else, that the venue and everything else that goes with the WNBA. All right. And it's crazy. All right. I'm going to bring Guy King on in a minute. Hold on a second. Hey, got another YouTuber in here. Where is he at? Mr. North Star. All right. Hey, Mr. North Star. KW knows North Star. Check your email also. All right. So God King 13. Um, hey, KW North Star, check your email if you want to come on board, because I know you probably have something to say about this too. All right. So basically, this is what's happening to us. This is what's happening to us. All right, later, man. Hey, you know I'm heading to Brazil Monday. All right, this is what's happening to us, right? While we do have men building, we have jealous BAWs. We have people of other communities. While we have the Afro men building, we have everybody else trying to tear down what we're trying to build up.
Hey, this guy King. Don't mind the photo.
That's okay. We already know what happened. You know. All right, let me just fill y'all in. They took my brother's channel down while he was in the middle of a live show and made it just disappear.
And that's never happened before on YouTube in history.
All right. When they took my channel down, they didn't give me a warning or anything. I just found out through an email that they decided to just keep it down. Right now, the video that they used to take it down, I put that video on Facebook so that y'all can see it as evidence. And at no point did it provoke violence, warrant any violence, warrant that anything about people in the United States not having the right to do whatever they want to do. As a matter of fact, the problem that I had was the people that had the right to do whatever they wanted to do was infringing upon other people's right to make a living.
Yes, indeed.
They were infringing upon the other people's, not only the other people's rights to make a living, they were infringing on other people's right to make a living and to speak.
Brother Nabi, can I answer David Bowman I see in the chat?
Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead. Hit him up.
He says, I don't know why I'm being targeted. YouTube right now is cleaning house and they're getting rid of us first, but there's a lot of more people that got to go. They're trying to turn this into a paid platform, kind of like Netflix, and they're only going to allow celebrities on here. That's probably why you're being targeted. And they know you connected with brothers like Nabi, brothers over here in this sector. And what we're talking, they're just getting rid of us first. Trust me, we're not going to be the only ones that they're trying to get rid of.
But you know what? There will be such a boycott and vitriol of YouTube if they try to become Netflix, that as a result of kicking all the people that created the platform through their content off of YouTube after all that work, all right, just throwing people out, there will be such a backlash, and I will make sure that happens.
Oh, it's going to happen. Oh, yeah.
That we will protest them till they lose every dime that they tried to make for screwing us over like that.
And I'm really glad you say it like that, because I noticed they take care of the consumer, but not their content creators, even though we the reason they have a website.
Right. And
we
they
don't have any kind of power.
Hold it. They don't take care of their consumer. Because I have a lot of people pissed because my channel was taken down. Because there's a lot of people that listen to us There's a lot of people listen to what they call right, and what they call the right media isn't right wing anymore. They starting to feel what brothers felt, and now they have empathy for us all of a sudden. Many of them, not all of them. I mentioned Chris Tucker. I thought I would never hear a dude on Fox talk about how much or how bad the Afro man got screwed over by the system. But again, he didn't realize it until he starts seeing it going across the board. You see what I'm saying? So as they started to see it happen to their own, they was like, oh, wow, wait a minute. Something is wrong here.
It's amazing to me the stuff that they allow on YouTube, and then how they choose to pick with us. We're not even breaking any rules. I've heard some of the guys in the manosphere, and I'm not going to name them, they'll be on live streams threatening other people's lives, threatening people's mama lives, exposing people's information that they've doxed, and nothing happens to their channel.
Right. Because they're destructive.
Right, and that's going along with the status quo.
And all right, here's the thing. I kept saying that this country, there's a segment of people within this country that wants us destroyed as a people. All right, especially now that we're waking up and finding out that we are the indigenous. All right, and especially since that is going by wildfire with proof. It isn't no longer is it somebody saying my grandmother like mine did. Oh, you're Blackfoot and stuff like that. And because I couldn't go and do all this stuff that the Caucasian government wanted me to do, whereas a white person that paid $5 to be on the dolls roll, they can do that because they paid $5. They weren't indigenous. All right, they weren't even Indians, but they paid $5. So it's easy for them. And they don't have no Indian blood. They have no Afro Negroid blood in them at all. They're straight up European by DNA, but it doesn't matter. Their fathers signed the Dawes roll, and they're good.
But I think that was a setup.
Oh yeah.
I think the government sent them so they could take our land.
That's exactly what they did. Oh, we know that that's why they were allowed to do that.
Yeah, they were probably imported here anyway.
To do exactly that. Remember,
that's right.
Martin Luther King, what got him killed is he said that the government spent all that money to patriate Caucasian people and give them land. And not only did they give them land, but then they taught them how to farm the land using the Afro-Indigenous people here to teach them to farm the land.
That's right. That's right.
And they didn't know how to farm it, but we did. Why? Because we were always here. All right. Now, I did it from the point, I did a video about bones that we found, and I did it from that point of view. But then, brother, what's his name? He came up, he said, screw the bones. Right? He said, screw the bones. What I have for you is the government saying themselves that you brothers are the indigenous. All right, the government said it in the first two sentences. But what he did was he went to the Library of Congress and found out that we were free-range Indians.
And you know what? That does not take anything away from the Hebrew heritage, because I've seen research about how a lot of the native tribes here had Hebrew writings.
Exactly. That's why they want us to know that we were native.
Yep. Been here long time.
It all ties in. And so what happened is we got so many brothers that are so narrow-minded that they can't understand that not only can we be from Africa at some point, but we could also be the indigenous people here and yet also still be Hebrew, because that's what we brought with us from Africa.
Brothers unfortunately don't know how to chew gum and walk at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it can't be two things. Like if they can only be one thing. It can be Hebrew, or they can be indigenous, or they can be African. It's terrible, man. They don't understand how it's all tied together.
Yeah, not realizing that everybody's tied. Everybody that we as a people are tied together.
Yep. And let me say this, and once again, I'm not going to call his name, but there's a certain YouTuber who's pretty popular in this sector, and he's an agent, and he is just strictly against the indigenous belief. He's straight up, we came from Africa, and that's it. And anybody else is 100% wrong. And I think he knows the truth, but I think they put him here to keep the thoughts from getting to the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. His channel is never harmed. He's the one that puts out a lot of dirt on people. We discussed him before because he had my first channel taken down.
I'm not actually talking about him. I know the agent you're talking about. I'm talking about the older one, the baby boomer.
Yes. Okay.
He is so against the African. I'm sorry, the indigenous talking. We're 100% African, and that's it. That's the end of discussion. And I think he knows the truth. I don't believe he's that dumb. I think he's an agent.
I believe he knows the truth too.
Yeah, I think he's an agent, and he's put here to make sure that the masses of the guys in this sector never get to the truth. Yep.
And yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So this is what we have in things like that, right? And so, excuse me. We have other forms of attacks. We have women that have to know. When that woman in the WNBA made the statement, she had to know that the WNBA don't get, nobody is filling their arena. She see that. She see that people can walk to the floor because there's no one in any of the seats to say, hey, that's my seat. She sees that even during their championship. So how she thinks she needs as much money as the men?
Socialism. Women are socialists.
Yeah, no. They're not socialists because if they were getting more, they would be okay with that. Remember, when they're the most educated, then they beat the men up. See, you ain't nothing because you don't got no degree. We the most educated. We the most educated. See, they're not socialists.
No, I hear you. No, I see what you're talking about. Yep.
See what I mean? They're selfish, not socialist. Oh yeah, you got the blue. And that's my look. That's my take on it. All right.
No, I'm with you.
So we are under assault. The Afro man is under assault in this country. We're not allowed to have a say. We're not allowed to speak. We're not allowed to do much of anything. What does Lord Baron say?
We are allowed to walk away.
Oh yeah.
That's where the power lies, in walking away.
And that's what it is now. Right? As YouTube start to kick people off, people are going to put on assault using other platforms that YouTube is not going to understand. All right? There is going to be such a backlash. It's because you come in, you take a creative space, and you eliminate the very thing, the very people that made people watch Mojo is people, channels like mine, where people want to hear something deep, then they go and watch, hey, let's see what happened with the Avengers, right? But if that's all you have, and you don't have the people that are telling the truth, the people that are not afraid to do that research and tell you what the real deal is, the people that are not afraid to stand up the power, because the power now owns Google, YouTube, then they're going to have a problem, because the people are going to work to shut that down as anything, give it such bad press that they will never be able to threaten Netflix.
You may be right. I think they're willing to sacrifice the millions of content creators that are giving them,
and our fans.
Yeah, and our fans. They're willing to sacrifice it because they're gonna get all the celebrities here making videos that'll be getting 1 million views in the first day, and they'll make their money like that with AdSense. You see what I'm saying? That's what YouTube wants to do.
But a lot of the celebrities do not bring in All right, only certain celebrities do. Like Will Smith, he's a celebrity, but he's not bringing in as many views as us. And then who wants to go see celebrities all the time? See, that's how YouTube was created anyway. They was tired of what celebrities had to say. So
Oh, I agree.
they're going to get celebrities. Some will be popular, but the platform itself will fail because all they will have is celebrities.
Well, this
But
is
all they will have is people still towing the line. And what made YouTube is the people that was telling you stuff that the news and celebrity wasn't.
this is what happens when a female takes control of the company. Because
So,
you know it's run by a Caucasian chick now.
oh, it's been run by that since this stuff started happening.
See, that's what it is.
All right, and they care about only what they care about. And remember, the woman that ran Hewlett Packard, all right, and she ran for vice president. She ran Hewlett Packard into the ground.
Same happened with Yahoo.
Ran it into the ground. Yahoo is making a comeback. I don't know who's running it now, but it ain't that female. So these females come in, run things into the ground. Nobody learns their lesson.
Yep. Let me say this real quick about that WNBA thing. I really don't believe that those women came out sounding that dumb on their own. I think that their male owners of those teams had them talking because they want more money.
Because that is dumb.
Huh?
That is dumb. They have to see that they're not bringing in.
I think the male owners put them up to it, because we understand men are always behind feminist tactics anyway. That small group of men that run the world.
Okay.
Who are against the rest of us.
Right.
I can't believe that those chicks are just quite that dumb.
And well, again, on the other one, I had to give you credit after going to Facebook. But on this, after going to Facebook also, I say I disagree with you on this. On the other one, and I don't think I will back down from disagreeing with you on that one because of what I see on Facebook and with a lot of other like high profile women. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, they'll jump on board. The women will jump on board with it, but because they think it's authentic. They think it came from women.
Well, why would you get the rookie? That's my thing.
You say the rookie?
Yeah, she's the rookie that made the statement. She got rookie of the month, not year, month.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but I'm just putting it out there. Huh?
Women don't believe in earning anything, so that shouldn't come to any surprise. They believe that you should give them any and everything that they request, and if you don't, that somehow makes you a male. You have male privilege, or your masculinity is toxic, because as men we believe in trying to build things up and earn our keep. And women nowadays, but through the power of feminism, they just believe that they should be given things without actually working for it and putting forth the effort. If she a rookie, that should tell you everything you need to know. She's coming in as an entitled, probably millennial, who just thinks that because I got a little talent and I can ball a little bit, that somehow now I'm on the same level as LeBron James, who's been doing it for 15, 16 years. And even longer if you count high school, for his career from high school.
Right.
I think you get the rookie to say it because she's more gullible to follow what they ask. One of them veterans.
You know what? You might have some.
Because the veteran women, they're not gonna just come out saying that dumb stuff. They know they're getting paid probably more than what they're worth.
That's the difference between a millennial.
That's why I think that's my point right there. That the fact that the rookie said it, I believe she actually believed that, because this is what the modern day black woman believe.
Yeah, if a black man's doing it, then I should be able to do it too, and I should get the same thing, even though I haven't put forth nearly the track record that a man has done it.
All right, think about this. Look at how they take us to court for everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, handouts.
All right. Now, not only that, all right, they're the mommy and the daddy. Okay, they just took the title of daddy, even though they're not a male, and know that that's a male thing. When
But
you
I,
really,
But they don't have to provide though.
they don't
They don't have to
provide.
provide.
But they provides everything.
So they
yeah,
took a role. They took a role. They took the glamour of the role without actually doing the grit of the role.
Right. They're not the protector. They expect everybody else to fight for them. All right.
Uplift them.
They don't make the plans to prevent the fight, right? To foster safety, all right? And they have so much disrespect for the role of protector that they don't protect their children, nor do they want anybody else to protect them, while at the same time crying about not being protected.
I think they're just following a program. Like I've heard so many brothers on YouTube say women don't have a soul or spirit. They have a program. Somebody's programming them. It's just like when you said them taking us to court. They were prompted to do so by that man.
Right. But here's the thing. The man never said take him to court. He just made it easier for him. He gave him a choice. He said, you can raise your children with a loving man, or you can do it by yourself and claim all these things. And then he set up the woman's liberation, no, the woman's feminist movement. And they said, and here's a movement for you to follow against your man. And the feminist movement was targeted specifically at the Afro male.
Let me say this before I forget it too. While we was on the basketball, I meant to say this moments ago. They're taking over the NBA, not just the WNBA. They got women going out for coaching jobs now in the NBA.
Right.
And have y'all noticed how much shine these mothers are getting now for these MVPs?
Yeah, you don't even remember Steph Curry's MVP speech.
Exactly.
Daddy. And
exactly.
But then they televised Kevin Durant's MVP speech all around the world, and it gets an SP and all this other crap.
I looked on YouTube. Kevin Durant's, he got way more views than Curry's, even on YouTube. And then did y'all see this most recent one with James Harden? No, James Harden was the first one to bring his mother on stage when he first walked up. Like he wasn't walking up on stage without his mama. That's insanity, man.
That's it.
That's insanity.
That's why I want nothing to do with the NBA. All right, these guys are just tokens to further put the assault on the male role model. And then when you look at Curry and stuff like that, he ain't getting no love because he ain't selling out his dad. All right, and if you look at what's happening to a lot of these dudes that follow their mama, it's put a lot of basketball players in trouble.
Oh,
right? A lot of homes in trouble. And these people do not see what's going on in the community. Like, you need fathers, you need to promote that. But, like I said, they're a brand, and they've been branded. And with the exception of the few like Curry, the rest of them are sellouts to the system.
Yep. Complete sellouts. I mean, we saw that in the Clippers a few years ago when they could have boycotted their owner. Remember? And they played anyway.
T-shirts.
Yeah, that was such.
No, they threw. No, I'm sorry. They threw their T-shirts in center court.
Oh man,
that was the weakest move ever.
Why? Because of the love of money. They're bought and sold for money. Period. Above all else, they will do whatever those people want them to do, is because the only thing that matters to them is the almighty dollar. All right? We have no men in the NBA anymore.
No.
Maybe Curry. And everybody keep hoping that LeBron would man up. All right? And we all know why he didn't parade his mom out nowhere.
Right.
The very embarrassment she was.
Yep.
All right. And in sense, a lot of the mothers embarrass their sons. But it's not seen as an embarrassment.
She
Yeah,
was.
didn't
Oh, go
didn't
ahead.
LeBron's mom sleep with that one dude, the dude with the mole on his face?
More than just the one dude.
Oh yeah. She was like the locker room gangbang.
She was dating some rapper recently, and this rapper broke up with her and is supposedly writing a book exposing the family secrets, like
Wow.
like LeBron's illegitimate child and some other
Wow.
stuff. Yep. That's what happens when your mama bringing rappers around that's 20 years younger than her.
They see money.
And they're so desperate for attention, they don't even see the plan. Like that, like you why would you think this young dude is with you for any other reason than to try to get connects into some money?
Yeah, and that's basically it. All right. And so that's the call it the West.
I'm surprised LeBron is as level-headed as he seems.
Well,
being raised
remember
by
they
her.
took. All right, here's the thing. LeBron's talent comes from his coaches. Everything LeBron understands that. What they did was they got him away from his mother and took his behind when he hit 18 to Europe. It did two things. It bypassed the basketball, the NBA. You couldn't the year thing of college. It bypassed that. It put him in the pro system and trained him so that when he got back, he was good. Now he was like like Irving, like Julius Irving, like Jordan, and all of them. His mental strength as a man is coming together, but you can see that being raised by a single mother. Just imagine if he would have had a father in his life to help guide him and think like a man, to have that drive, like Curry. You see what I'm saying? One time I said Curry was a better player than LeBron James. All right. And I was talking about as far as a team player and as far as having that mentality. Okay. LeBron James is missing, and he's getting it. You know what I mean? Because we all grow into men when we desire to be men. All right, but there's some lessons that we should have been taught that he's learning on his own. All right, but fortunately, his sons that he have with this wife have a father in the house to see these pitfalls and see how a man should act. And that's probably why they're saying his son is better than him.
Yeah, him and D Wade's son's gonna be
Right,
out there.
because they're teaching them sons stuff that men need to teach the sons, and it's making them better.
Even though D Wade married a feminist.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't understand that.
Neither do I.
I mean, Gabrielle Union, that's like trying to sign Jordan when he's like 40. Like, I mean, she was hot during her prime, but you know.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw her without makeup recently and she impressed me compared to others without makeup.
Yeah, I like her without makeup. I think she's a beautiful woman, right? But the end of the day is this. She's a beautiful woman. That's all he saw. And like me, I don't have a numbering system for women. Like I don't say she's a 10, she's a 9, she's this, that. You're either beautiful or you're not. And I see through makeup. You understand? And so I'm looking at the total package from your shape to your face. All right. And I'm a person that look deeply at a woman's face to see what is there. All right. And that's how. So she's a beautiful woman,
I agree.
and that's why women that wear weave, they're not attracted to me. They kind of stink to me.
Yeah, I'm not into it. Man, I was so much against weave long before this YouTube stuff, this manosphere talk.
Mhm. Me
Man,
too.
you know how many girlfriends or relationships I missed out on because I could not get over weave?
Right? I didn't miss out on any because it just didn't happen.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I mean.
yeah.
You know.
I
Yeah.
didn't miss out on anything. I mean, you got to buy my weave. Bye. All right. But
Yep.
I will say this. Like, I like beautiful women. Um, with me and Mimi, the thing that happened with us is the religion, the church, the Pentecostals got down here. And Pentecostal brainwashed women thoroughly, right? And you just ain't going to just be praying over me at night to come to your Jesus. Especially when I share it with you that no, your Jesus is a demon. All right. And then people drove her crazy. And I told her you had to pick. You had to pick them or me. I knew what she was into. Right? But a lot of these women feel like, well, I gotta do it for Jesus and stuff. Just on her knees, rubbing my head, trying to pray them. And I was like,
And this is why I said, even the other time I was on your hangout, women actually don't desire relationships, because if she did, she would have chose you easily.
oh no, it was a conflict. If she wasn't involved in that church, had she been Catholic, I will tell you this. And this is my experience. Had she been Catholic, anything but the Pentecostal, we would have been good. All right.
They will always pick something over the man, I'm telling you.
No, 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 no. I'm telling you straight up. When you go to Brazil or countries like that, and the women are Catholic, they pick the man. All right. In them countries, haven't been there, and I didn't know how long I was doing this, right? But they pick the man. They really do. They pick the man. The only time that is changing is now when the Pentecostals are going down there. What y'all don't see and what I see in the favelas is you got a lot of churches popping up in the favelas. When I was coming back, there was another church popping up, and these are all Pentecostal churches. And I was like, who has the money to put all these Pentecostal, and why the Pentecostal church? Like the Mormons have always been there. Catholicism, that big quote unquote white fake Jesus that's on top of that mountain, that's always been there. But now the wickedness is starting to seep through the Pentecostal church.
But my thing is, if you're saying they picked a man, are the men they're picking of different religion? Or are they
Yeah.
picking men who just won't challenge their religion?
No, no, no. In Brazil, with everyone with the exception of the Pentecostals, and I found this out that not only in Brazil, all right, but in here is with the Baptist Church and the Holiness Church, which includes the Pentecostals. You have that, but if they're Catholic, right? If they're Catholic, if somebody's a Catholic, and I've experienced this even with Black women that were Catholics, they're more laissez-faire. It's like, all right, we do these things, we do that thing. But for Catholics, the man is the head of the household. All right. And so even in Brazil, when you go there, you have Catholics, you have a lot of relationships where the people are just different beliefs, because the man is either a different belief or he has none. He ain't playing the Catholic Church. Yeah, all right. He has none, or the men are just men. All right. You got.
You know what I guarantee you? I bet you they simping harder than you would ever imagine.
No. And this is what I'm saying. No. And I seen this firsthand, because I had to check a dude that was about to have us scale a mountain to go down to a beach And his wife, without question, was about. I was like, Negro, please, man. It was the first time I just really just, spoke up and like, I was like, man, I know you're not serious, right? I even broke down in English. I said, I said, dude, I got a brace on one leg. We're not clamming down that mountain. We need to go to another beach. He's like, oh, okay. Everybody, look, I'm gonna tell you what happened. All the women just was about to follow him down that mountain. And when I say scale the mountain, there was no path. I was like, looking, how are we getting down there? We had to climb down some rocks. I was like, Negro, you crazy. Of course, he wasn't a Negro, but I was like, and that's when I understood. And we're talking about Selma, the lady that runs the NGO. All right. And she runs it with love and stuff, but she's definitely in charge of the NGO. But her husband is in charge to the point that we would walk down the mountain to go to some beach. Right? That I just know. I was like, is this dude trying to have me off myself or something? You know what I mean? I was like, we need rope. We need to rappel. And I was like, I was like looking, and I thought we was on a flat spot. And I said, oh, this is the beach. We're going to just look at the water from here. No, he said, we're going down there. And I was like, how are we getting down there? We're just going to go. And then Selma and all the rest of them, they were going to start climbing. I was like, oh, heel to the knob. And so we got in the car and went to another beach. And that was the beach y'all saw in the picture. All right. Or in the video that I did chilling on the beach in Brazil. All right. So basically, yeah, I was like, oh, heel to the knob. I am not climbing down that. And it was high. It wasn't like a little hill. It was like high. I was like, y'all are serious. Yeah. And they was about to, I was like, no, I had to stop that for the safety of all of us. I don't know what made him think it was a good idea. Hey, what's up, Jack Carvin? I don't know what made him think it was a good idea. See, that's the difference. And I learned then that day that when the woman chooses to follow the man, religion or not, with the exception of only one religion, and that's the Pentecostal groups. Because the Pentecostal groups, and I'm going to tell you what they do. They come in and they want the women primarily only. All right. Then they use the women to bring in some men.
And of course, raise the children. Pentecostal.
Right.
But
now,
see, they winning.
Pentecostal pastors, they
got to be winning if you. Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm saying, I'm looking at the divorce rate. It done went up from 6% in the 60s in Brazil to close to 40% now.
Right.
They gonna be America.
Right, unless somebody get there and stop that religious mess.
But could it also be women getting liberation through jobs and stuff? Because once women can work and make their own, they're gonna choose not to really stay married. See, women usually, so it's not that. Okay. So it's got to be.
You got one other problem.
What's that?
No, you got another thing that's coming down there. A lot of the LGBT tendencies are coming straight from the United States.
Yeah.
So anytime sisters go down there, it's a battle between those Brazilian women. And when these sisters go down there and talk about education, they're going down there to separate the women from the men.
Yep.
Period. They're not talking about education. They want feminism down there, and they're trying to destroy that culture. The American Black women here is trying to go down to Brazil and destroy that culture. Okay. And so now, so what's happening is the younger generation is starting to be proud of their feminism and stuff. And they're trying to embrace their culture because they don't want to lose it. And part of that is as they see America and a lot of brothers going down there, all right, they're literally, because I did a video and y'all heard the lady, They're literally looking to brothers to come down there, and that was the biggest thing. The other thing is, Mimi wanted me to stay there. All right. And I would like to stay there, but I got stuff to do here. And so basically, the thing is, they want me, but they want to pull me from here to there. They're not trying to come here. They see, it's like they see the wickedness in the place here.
Yeah, that's always better when they don't want to come here.
They literally do not want to come here.
Yep.
That was the biggest part. But and a lot of it was the separation from that church, and I mean that church has a stronghold, and so, and as quickly as that happened, there was like another woman down there that wanted somebody like me, and so they want us, the Afro-American male, because the things that happened down there turned that place out, and they're looking for a repair. What's up, $3 assassin?
Now let me ask you this: if they're looking for a repair, what do we have anything to be concerned about with hatred coming from the local Brazilian men? Because I've heard about some of that hatred on us down there.
It
just
depends
like
on
anywhere else.
Well, it depends on where you go and how you go.
Yeah. Okay.
If you go like the big bag of America to say Bahia and think that, now here's the thing. When we go, we're going with a spiritual culture. All right. So we're not going down there. Yeah, we're really bad and we're better than you. All right.
But a lot of your jealous locals, you don't have to be acting like you better than them.
No. Trust me, when I say people act like without knowing it, they don't go in a giving spirit. It's like you're going to take.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. All right. Because you're going down there. All right. And like the difference between me and the 3 guys that died down there that I was talking about was I go down there to give, and so I'm accepted as part of the local. I learned the language and maintain who I am as a person. So now they see me as a good person, interesting, and I got a little bit of clout. All right. And it's because of the heart that I came down there with and the principles that I stand on. With the same stuff I talk here, I talk there. Whether it gets me a woman or not. You see what I mean? But I go down there because my heart say, man, this is the hood. So I'm going to help out the hood. And so with Selma, I help out the hood. And people see that. So now I'm accepted. All right.
Oh, yeah.
And not only am I accepted, but then children look up to me. And so I'm going to start noticing that. And it's like little Black children are looking up to me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, you have a lot of single motherhood where I go because, people running around the street with machine guns. Well, you know what happens when the police get there. So there's a lot of single mothers.
I got you. So they taking the men out.
Oh, yeah. The men are fighting back.
I see.
All right. And so there's a desire to have, and this woman said, is there any more men there like you?
Wow.
So she didn't say, is there any more men in the are there other men in the United States? She said, she told Selma, and Selma told me, she said, and so Selma, she said, I want a man like him. And then Selma said, are there any more men in the United States like you? So Selma conveyed the message, and then I shared the message to somebody I knew that was kind of like me. And I knew what she meant by like me.
Leadership type.
Not only that, but spiritual in the same thing.
Uh-huh.
Like my leadership type is based on my spirituality. My fearlessness is based on my spirituality.
Man, that's something we definitely have an advantage on all the men around the globe is the spirituality that we have.
Right.
Man, people talking about swag and all this and that, but That's the real advantage we have.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't met brothers anywhere else in the world that could match up with us. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you said swag, that's what I'm talking about.
What you mean when you said you?
All
When was
right,
you talking about?
all right. When you say it, when I said it depends on how you go down.
Oh yeah.
If you go down with swag mentality,
Right.
you're going to be a target.
Yep. I bet. That's how it is. Yeah.
'Cause now they see you as a threat, not as a help. But if you go down there to help out the brothers and stuff, like some of us, like you're even friends with the thugs at the airport. And I was like, yeah, because I grew up like them.
You mind if I pass the invitation link on to the Wilsonian Garveyite?
Go ahead.
He's in Colombia right now, and he just sent me a text. I don't know if he can join, but I'm gonna send him that link if you don't mind.
Go ahead, send it.
Because he be having a lot to tell me about Colombia.
Colombia was another spot that I met a lady on a plane that wanted me to come in tears, wanted me to come and do in Colombia what I was doing in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in tears when she saw like the conversation with me and Salma. Oh, what's that all about? Why do you know Portuguese? So where you going? When I say Vila Aliança, if you know anything about Brazil, then you know that people in their right mind shouldn't be going there.
Hold on one second.
That's like being a white dude saying, I'm going to go to Compton during the time of the Blood and Crip War.
Not too smart, huh?
Well, it depends.
Depends on how. Yeah, I get it.
It depends on how you're going, right?
For sure.
And she was like, how did you end up there? Everybody wonders how I ended up there. As a solo person, not a part of a group, not a part of an organization.
But see, I respect that because that's how I travel too. And I talk to brothers that they think they traveling when they go to a country and stay at a resort. They stay at the vacation resort with some white people.
Right.
For a week and come back and talking about they traveled.
Right. If you don't
been nowhere.
If you don't know who we are or where we are, then that's the issue. Now, the thing is, and the edge I had on everybody else, like that was in that travel group, is I taught myself Portuguese. All right. And now what I decided to do is I decided to go back to college and take up South American studies so that I could take the Portuguese language and the Spanish language. Because the disadvantage I have here is when I'm here, I have nobody to speak it with. But at least in college, somebody will be there to speak it with me.
No, I hear you. I'm looking at this chat. What did the guy say? $3 assassin. Most people who go to Brazil is that other are going to simply mess around with the women. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. Look, I seen them. I don't blame them.
I mean, you can't blame men for wanting to get around some femininity. We can't get that here.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have femininity here. That's why I don't have nothing bad to say about guys who go to deal with the women in the Dominican Republic, Colombia, Brazil, wherever they're going. If they got to get some femininity, get a fix real quick and come on back, hey, do what you got to do.
And I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
And I tell them, you the one on the beach, hanging on the beach, is not the one you want as a wife. You know.
Right.
Now, the difference is if you meet a woman at a club in one of the little towns and you can speak the language, it's all about speaking the language.
Most definitely.
Right? If you speak Portuguese and you meet a woman speaking Portuguese, all right, you might have met wife material. All right. If the women speak nothing but English, like the women that are interested in me speak only Portuguese.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
they speak English. They already tainted. You know that.
All right. If they speak English, unless they're working at a hotel or something,
Uh-huh.
all right, if they speak English, then and you meet them at the club speaking perfect English, yep, watch out for that one.
That's for real right there.
Or less than perfect English.
Yep.
Because English is not a part of that culture at all. Very few people, unless you work at a restaurant or a hotel, very few people speak English. All right. I have a friend that worked at a hotel. He speaks English, and he'll tell me what places to stay away from. You need one of them kind of friends too.
Oh yeah, it's always good to have one of them. Always. I was just talking to Wilsonian about that in Colombia. Same thing. Mm-hmm. Same exact conversation. Yep.
So Colombia was a spot I was looking at as far as wifey material too.
Man, he might disappoint you. I wish he would come on here.
No,
been out there, and he been traveling too. He been going around the country to a lot of different spots.
No, they racist is all get out.
Yeah.
I'm saying white material.
And they colorist too.
Yeah, they are. They're just as colorist as Brazil. But if you know Spanish, if you know Spanish, there are women in Colombia that will cut for you, and they got a lot of dark sisters. But the problem is like Brazil, the darker sisters will prefer the white man.
Yeah, because they want their children to be mulatto.
Right. And while the lighter women will want the dark man.
Yeah, that happens.
All right. Because they see the strength in like a lot. The lighter women understand the strength and power in the dark man in a way that the darker women don't. And that's partially because of their mothers.
Yeah. He was telling me in Colombia, it's hard to find women who are not either already taken or they're a prostitute. They're either prostitute or they're already taken they're married.
Right.
And he's been around.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing. That's why I said if you can find a single woman in Colombia, all right, that's why I said she's wife material.
No, I hear you.
All right, because that's what I'm saying. The fact that so many are married and taken, right? The fact that they're taken and married says that that they believe in that. You see what I mean?
Oh yeah, and he was saying how they always walk behind the man. You know how it is in Black America. The woman leads the walking. I see so many Black women walking in front of their man in Black America. He say it ain't none of that going on in Colombia.
Right. All right. Not even in Brazil, you have it. A lot of the time you have the women leading the man. That's because she's in a hurry to get somewhere that she want to go.
But no, here it's part of the Black culture here for the woman.
Right. Yeah. The woman leads because she's telling the man what to do.
Yep.
Like Mimi, she used to pull me up to a store, like, and part of it is that they figure you don't know where she want to go. Like you have amnesia all of a sudden. And so she got to take you to the spot. Now, if we're walking downtown and we come to a light and it start blinking, like downtown, I have all the lights timed where I know how many blinks they have to make it across the street before they turn red. And it's really, really important because as soon as that light is green, they will run you over.
Damn.
Right? Yeah, you just don't be in the street. All right, the only time you can do that is Lapa on Friday and Saturday, where the pedestrians clearly have the right of way because there's just so many of them. And we slow it. But outside of that, when that light is gone, they will keep on going, right? And so basically what will happen, we'll walk up to the thing. And if I say, let's go now, she going. All right. So I lead when I want to. All right. Normally we're walking side by side and everybody holds hands where they go. All right. That's a couple. All right. Now, if she wants to go to a store or something like that to get something, all right, then she'll start like walking fast to the area. All right. Oh, I got it.
No, that's totally different. That's not.
Yeah, it ain't like in the
No.
United States.
No.
And I see that, and with the younger ones, because they're in a hurry to get somewhere to wait, right? And the older ones, like the older couples, it ain't even like that. The older ones,
Right.
like, it's going to be there when I get there. So you could tell the difference between the youth and stuff. But once the man decide, okay, I need you to follow me, that no problem.
Yep, $3 assassin down there saying light skin versus dark skin is international, huh? It is, as long
Yes.
any place where Caucasians are in power and had slavery, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And that's most of this planet at this point, unfortunately.
Now, I will say this about Brazil. One of the things is when I went down there, even the white women was just feeling all over my skin. They miss dark skin.
Oh, really? I see.
Mm-hmm. They miss it. The sister that wanted a man like me, she was a brown skin. You see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
And I wish I knew who this child was talking about. I got stuck out in a place, and he said, "As mulheres gostam de você," and he's like, "Boom, boom." So what he's saying is the women like you, and you can imagine what "poom poom" means.
Right.
All right, he's a little child, but I understood that much Portuguese because I was like, man, ain't that the international word for?
Right. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's nice to be in a country where the women appreciate the men.
Right.
It's nice.
And if the children say you're about something, then you're going to be about something, right?
I don't want to jump the gun and say the wrong thing. You can correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't been there, but I just get I guess I get the idea that the local guys there probably ain't about nothing.
They are, but there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's probably
no the ones that here's the thing. So the local guys help build stuff. All right. And here's the problem that the women have. Many of the guys are involved in the gangs.
Yep,
The ones that are not LGBT, if you know what I mean.
Wow, so it's got that much LGBT going on?
Yes, and the reason being is, remember, the Europeans were allowed to come to that country and do whatever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
All right, which then grew that population. All right, and remember, for a while, this population of children was without children. I mean, without fathers, right? They had a movie called Boca, B-O-C-A, with Radon Chung in it. And I recommend people look for clips of that movie. And it's about the children in Brazil. All right. And as bad as that movie say things are, that's how bad it kind of is.
I believe it.
All right. I mean, literally, I just never thought I'd be in a place that wasn't Beirut or something, where I'm not walking by guys with machine guns pointed down the street, waiting on the police.
It's like that in some parts of Ghana too. I was in Accra, and they've got a district that the crime is so crazy, like the police won't even challenge it in some areas because the criminals are armed more than the police are in those areas. It's crazy.
And so the police are just as armed as the criminals. And we know this is because the criminals will tell you that's where they got their armament from.
I see.
Hey, what's up, B the Great B? All right. And so basically, So I know for sure they got AK-47s with banana clips. They got M16 with banana clips. The weapons are automatic because when they're fighting the police, you hear automatic fire. And so basically, so when I put out we need money on my channel and donations, um, we trying to build walls to duck bullets, you know.
Man,
It's real.
that's a great idea right there.
So we built
Build some
one
wall.
wall. We have a wall built, and we got the other area where we need to build some more walls. But and think about it. And the children, if you and y'all seen the clips, the children are mainly Afro-Indigenous people.
Yep.
The children are mainly black children, like my color black, like as black as the light, the woman in the brown standing up.
And do the completely negroid people, like the dark skinned people, or even the light skinned people that you know are negroid,
Mhm.
do they outnumber the Caucasians by a lot?
Yeah, but the Caucasians run the government still. Figure that out.
Of course, yeah. I'm starting to think that's what's going on here. I'm really starting to think we outnumber them here. I'm serious. And they're lying to us.
No, we don't outnumber them.
I
We
think
have
they're
the
lying.
potential. No, they're not lying.
Reason I say that, or how about, let me say this. Let me not go as far to say us outnumbering them. Let me say it's a lot more of us percentage wise than they tell us.
And
Because
no, they're kind of right.
why can't I can go nowhere without seeing Negroes.
Right. Here's the thing.
Nowhere.
We're dispersed everywhere in small groups. All right. So when you go somewhere and see us, we have one area of the city.
Yeah. But I'm
All
saying,
right, but the Hispanics have like 20 areas of the
oh, they
city.
do. This
All
Spanish,
right.
let's see them
See,
everywhere too.
right. And you see more of them than us. All right. Remember, we were decimated by the abortion rate.
Oh, sure. For
We
sure.
were decimated. And had we been able to create children, we would be in the majority. Now, here's the thing. So long as you have children-minded men and men that want to train children, then we're a threat. All right. And
Yep.
so you just can't go out and arbitrarily and eliminate the good men overtly, but you could do it covertly. You could have the BAW just not choose them.
That's right. And she's trained by the media not to choose us.
Right. And so, and now she's getting mad because, like, well, I'm going to Brazil and finding me somebody. Right. And
It's
not that
worse
I was
than
looking.
It's worse than that, brother. They're mad now. You got the baby mamas who will. I remember Sergeant Willie Pete was talking about this recently. The baby mamas are thinking that they have just as much right to have us as a childless woman has. And they're mad at the childless women.
Right.
That's
And so,
crazy.
right. And I told them their punishment is coming on all ends. Right. So now the baby's mamas are looking for decent men, but the decent men, we better not ever take them over a childless woman.
No, we shouldn't. But they're trying to shame us. Now they're saying if you're down for the community, the good men need to get with the women who have the bastard babies.
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
Crazy.
Because why would we do that when they weren't down for the community? Here's the thing. That's a two-edged sword. No, it's a one-edged sword, slicing them. All right. If they were down for the community, then they would have got with the good men to begin with.
And it gets even worse. We've got men agreeing with them.
No, we got
on
simps.
YouTube.
We got simps agreeing with them.
Right.
All right. And here's the thing. And they don't want the simps is because the simps that are agreeing with them. All right. Here's the thing. And I'm going to just be clear with this. Anybody that agrees with that mentality really clearly ain't about crap and ain't doing nothing. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I wouldn't do it is as much as I would like a woman here to help me with what I'm doing, I will not get with somebody that takes away from what I'm doing. for children that aren't mine. Two, because I had something going with me, I tried that, raising somebody else's children. All right. And let's see, a couple of criminal complaints, some of which I mentioned on YouTube. All right. A couple of criminal complaints and this, that, and the other lies, outright lies with the manipulation of the mother. All right. I was like, no, it's just not worth it. It's too much of a risk.
Yep.
No man, I'm telling you right now, no man should get with any woman that have children already as a permanent relationship where the children are living in your house. No man should do that.
It's so dangerous.
It is too dangerous. Y'all know what happened to me.
It's so dangerous. I don't even know if we should be with them on a one-night stand type of deal.
Right.
We should just stay away from them, period. It's too much danger following them.
It is, and that's why I don't. Right? Now, you have to look at this. You have to look at this. You got to think about it. I was raising children that came to me from 6 and 7. And as soon as they turned into teenagers, start putting a bunch, even at that time, they started putting people in jail over what turned out to be false allegations. And everybody will believe them right off the bat because they lie so well. All right? It's not worth it. All right? When you can't train your child, when you can't train a child from a baby to be a good person, and I'm saying, let's say you had a woman put you on child support, and then all of a sudden that child start acting a fool at 14, 15. No, she gets to keep that fool.
Yeah.
All right. No, all you wanted from me was a check. You got the check, you got the benefits. Now you got the trouble that you created. Because you didn't need no man. You was the mama and the daddy, And so no, we should not have anything to do with that. We take care of what they say. You need to take care of your responsibility. And we understand that means all they want is child support. Once we give them the child support, hey, shut up. You said responsibility. You didn't say you need to raise your children. You didn't say you need to provide structure and the man in the home. No, you didn't say that. You didn't want that. You wanted a child support. So when you say hey, check will be in the mail.
Yep. I'm looking down at the chat. $3 Assassin again. He's saying from what I've seen, the BAW will put the new man over the child most of the time. Now,
if the man is a thug.
There you go. I was about to say it could go either way.
And she will not she will not put a good man over the child.
That's right. Especially if that child came from a thug.
Here's the thing. When you look at it, and when you hear about all the cases where the woman put the man over the child, it was never a good man. And this is how you know that. Because a good man would have taught that child some things and stuff, and the child would not have had a problem with the man. So understand this $3 assassin. When they say, oh, my mama put this man over me, that means that child was having problems with the man providing. The man was eating the food. The man was bringing trouble to the house. And the man was probably doing something to the child. The child was telling the mother, and the mother would not listen to the child because she put that man over the child. Now, in these cases, it wasn't a good man.
Nope.
You see what I mean?
The good man is gonna make that child see what the child's mother is. She don't want to be exposed.
Right. Exactly. And a good man, when he comes into the house, he brings structure and all the rest of that. That child don't need to feel like he's under anything. He's under the authority of the man.
Yep.
All right. But outside of that, the child grows up and he start having things and doing things and stuff. And the children, before the mothers start screwing things up, which they generally always do. Correct. Before that happened, the children were okay. They were making it.
Yep.
All right. They were doing well. They were doing well in school. I had trouble from Black women the whole time I was raising them.
I'm sure you did.
until all the serious stuff happened. All right, so this is what we're talking about. All right, y'all gotta understand this. All right, you have to understand this. It's too much risk for us. It is really too much risk for us.
But you know, a lot of brothers have such low self-esteem, or they ain't doing nothing, ain't got nothing going on in life, that for them, they got nothing to lose. So they don't want to
Nothing to
hear
risk.
this. Huh?
They have
Nothing
nothing
to
to
risk.
lose,
Yeah,
nothing to risk.
that's it. So she can have those guys all day.
Right. And she's having them guys all day. And as she's using them up, she's wishing she had us.
Yep. I think I had this conversation with my brother. I believe they want both.
No, they don't want both. They have to settle. No, these
Oh, you
women
think
have
they're
to.
selling for those guys
They
that they don't
have to
really
settle
want?
because we don't want them.
No, I can see that.
They have to settle for them, and now and that's why they're trying to shame us into not taking women with children.
But then again, I think if they were to have one of us, you better believe she gonna
They
still
would
be
try to use
connected.
us. Yeah.
That thug dude for certain purposes.
Always. Right? The women that have children, they're not going to be loyal. And they've written songs about it, and we should start listening to the songs, because these guys that wrote these songs are coming from women that didn't have a man in the house, and they watched how these women carried on and what they did.
Man, I may have met one or two loyal sisters in America in my life who I think may have been loyal.
Right, because we don't know. And on their deathbed, they be like, well, remember Jerome that always used to come? Well, that really wasn't my brother.
But get this though. The funny part about it was when I met these sisters that I do believe were loyal, it was when I didn't have my stuff together yet.
Right.
I bet you if I had my stuff together, they would not have been loyal to me.
No, exactly.
That's just so backwards, man. It's depressing.
All right. And so I was talking to a sister, and basically she has a child, one on the way, and she got with two Africans. One that's in jail, so he's getting deported because he's going back twice. And that's the one she loved. And she's loyal to him.
Yep.
She's like, I'm loyal. But look who you're loyal to. What's that? Right. Okay. She's like, she's loyal to a dude that's about to be deported, that went to jail and tried to cover for the stuff that he did. Well, he had to do what he had to do to try to take care of his family. And where is he at again? In jail.
I think they like those types of men because it takes the spotlight off of her faults.
Exactly. And that's what I said.
Somebody.
That's what I said. And I told her straight up. I said, you didn't want anybody good, and you're going to have to raise them two children by yourself. And she was like, man, I was trying not to be like my mother. And I said, you weren't trying hard because you made every wrong mistake. She was like, I looked. I was like, you're a lie, because she's a fairly good looking woman. And I know to get to the thug, she had to diss a lot of good dudes that want to, I had this good dude. He was even in college with me. I said, that don't make him a good dude. That makes him the same brainwashed person that you are.
Yep.
Indoctrinated and stuff like that. Y'all was in college just to be in college. All right. And well, he had potential. I said, that's where you made your mistake. I said, y'all black women are always talking about this potential instead of talking about somebody that's already established. Well, I want somebody we could build together. So why are you trying to build something? Right?
She just don't want to be under his authority.
Right. And that's what I told her. I said, if you were smart, you would have wanted somebody that was already established, so that you don't have to build. All you have to do is help him maintain. All right. All your stuff would have been taken care of. You wouldn't be struggling. You wouldn't have had to drop out of school. Right. Yep. You wouldn't have had to do all this negative stuff you got to go through. And now you're not living the life that you thought you should live. And you're bringing two children into this life with no fathers, and they're going to have worse struggles than you. Because
dealing with black women, you basically have to, you almost have to hide your level of success. I
No,
wouldn't do it. I'm just saying,
no.
if
We
they
just need
find
to
out the
not get.
level you're on, they're not gonna want you.
Hold on. That's why I don't want them. I
No, for
don't want.
sure. I know.
Yeah, I don't want nobody that don't want anybody decent. I don't even want them around me. I told one, and I blocked her. I blocked her number. I literally blocked her number. I said, "Stop calling me. You always calling me, wanting me to do something or some kind of favor for you. We don't talk anymore. That was your decision because you can't follow my lead. All right. So you can't follow my lead. Stop asking for my advice when stuff ain't going right for you. No, you chose that life. And then she walked out, couldn't listen. And I said, don't call me no more. We're enemies. And I told her straight up, we are enemies. Don't call me. And then I texted her and I said, do not call me again and consider yourself blocked. I blocked her number. I got tired of it.
I believe it, man. As unbelievable as this may sound, I've had women lose interest after they found out I was doing okay.
Hold it. Young boy 24. Hold up. What's wrong with building with somebody? Here's the thing. We as men, before we choose a woman, we should already be established enough to take care of that woman within a particular means. So my thing is, all right, a woman don't have to build with me to have a place to stay. All right, I am able to provide what a man is supposed to provide. All right, she'll have plenty of food, roof over the head, and protection. Now, there's extras that come with it. We'll be able to travel, this, that, and the other, and stuff like that. All right, so what is she going to help me build? All right, she's going to help me maintain what I've already built. The stuff that I do in Brazil. Well, now I'll have somebody to help me organize, so I wouldn't have clothes that I'm taking on one side of the. I have clothes on one side of the couch. I have drones on top of the couch, trying to clear out space to do that. I have soccer balls on my deep freezer that I'm taking. All right. And so, I mean, I got a lot of stuff. And it would be nice to have somebody to help organize these things. Right. But I do it all myself because every time I get a woman, they want to take away from what I do. Hold on. Let me show you something real quick.
Also, young boy, if you building with the modern woman, once y'all get to the top, she's going to say she did it. She's going to take a lot more credit. And she's not going to want to give you your credit. That's just how they are nowadays. It might have been differently years ago, but I'm telling you, she's going to say she built you up.
All right. So now,
Hey, I got to step aside for 1 second. I'm coming back.
Okay. I make decisions like these are the balls I'm taking down there. Now, one of the things I have to do is make sure this plastic is off here. All right. I had some brothers that donated a lot of money. So I'm going to write their names on this. It's going to be Reluctant Nabi, and I'm writing their names on it. Right. So there's a reason for everything. And the reason for for me to do all of this is here's the other one. I got some more Brazil flavored ones coming, right? And the reason for me to do all of this is to, one, not have junk taken by Receita Federal, which is their name for customs. So I got all this stuff going on, right? So I don't need somebody arguing with me about what I'm going to do. I need them to help me to do what I'm doing. All right. I have established that the community likes these. All right. When I let them pick, a lot of them pick the USA one. All right. A lot of them pick the ones like this, right? Some of them pick the Brazil one and stuff. They don't care. They just want something to kick around, right? This time I'm going into the deepest part of the community, and I'm gonna just throw some seeds. Somebody that has a bunch of children, and then I'm gonna put the balls there. They play barefooted. Okay, they play barefooted. Now the other thing is, I want the NGO to generate some more money, and for some reason the store is working very, very well. Their little General Goodwill store, right? All right. And so basically, I'm taking my shoes down there. All right. Now, I got to figure out how I'm going to do this. All right. So I'm taking my shoes down there. And the thing is, I want to take quality stuff down there because I wouldn't want no scrub or muffin stuff that I wouldn't wear. Right. So I'm giving them stuff that I would like to keep, but don't necessarily need anymore. Probably because of feet problems or whatever. Right. So these are the shoes I'm taking down. Hold on. These. Now, the reason why I'm doing it like that is that those are going to be beneficial to um, they're going to be on display at the store. And you have some people that come with money that's not a part of the community. All right. And I bet that they will buy those shoes.
Man, that's a good idea.
All right. They will buy those shoes. Right. And it's like, y'all like, I know y'all know those are some nice shoes. Man, those are some nice shoes. Right. They're nice shoes I don't wear for particular reasons. Now, I would wear them for style, but shoot, I don't wear shoes because of style. I wear shoes for a purpose. And those shoes don't fit the purpose is because they hurt my feet because something's wrong with my feet. And I know it's wrong. I had to get my behind out and put on the running shoes and start walking. So the Facebook video I did today was me walking because I realized that I was putting on some poundage and I was like, man, with all the evil stuff going on, and some of the times with all the stuff that I see that I can't really say, all right, it depresses me. And so I will stay in, and so it's good for me to travel. It's good for me to get out. It's good for me to do a lot of things.
And stop and I advise you guys in the chat, do not listen to these brothers talking about we shouldn't travel. I'm starting to hear that more often now from brothers.
Right, but understand the brothers that say we shouldn't travel are weak and they're on the plantation to keep us in the plantation. Remember, in order to keep us blinded, right? I'm going to tell you what traveling does. It does two things. We're traveling because actually the BAW is not worth entertaining here. And so long as we stay here hoping she'll change, she won't. Because there's no risk, there's no consequence.
That's right.
If we start leaving them alone, all right, first of all, they having these children anyway. So I don't want you as And as a wife, I can't understand this, brothers. If you follow the scripture, a woman with a child by another man that has not given that child to the man to raise, you cannot have her as a wife. She's not worthy to be a wife.
That's interesting.
Period. Oh, scripturally, if she has a child and she has a dude on child support, she's technically still married to that dude, is because he's supporting that child. Whether it's the white man taking the money out of his pockets and giving it to her or not, she can't just do that, not give the child to him, then run around talking about, well, you know, we gonna make it good because my baby daddy, we got his child support and your income. No.
Wow.
No, you don't.
Man,
No, you
I
don't.
encourage you to do a video about that right there. Specifically about that.
I did, but I'm gonna do it again.
Oh, you did? I missed that one. Damn.
Well, it got taken down. I covered child support and scripturally because I had the scriptures to back that up. All right. We're not and I forget it'll pop up because I'm reloading all my videos to the Reluctant Nabi Neo channel. All right. So if you haven't subscribed to Reluctant Nabi Neo, do so.
Man, I can't catch all your videos, man. You a robot. You be putting out 5 a day, man. I wish I had that kind of work ethic. You and LAR movement, I don't know how y'all do it.
Oh, too much effed up messes going on. Man. And dudes be like, hey, man, talk about this. And I look about it, I'll be like, oh, this ain't going, oh, Lord, I got to say something about this. You know what I mean? And it's just that because everything is so scriptural to me, and because of how I read and because of how I research how the Bible is put together, I kind of know where everything fits in, so that when I see stuff that is going to be potentially dangerous to us as a people, anything that is dangerous to us as good Afro men is dangerous to the community of the whole, to include the children and everything, because there are seed, right? So in the videos that I did on divorce, which I'm gonna put those back up, and it's in there, divorce and child support and stuff like that, all that was in there to include the scripture. We don't take a woman, and it's logically speaking, because you got to define what a husband is. Well, a husband is somebody that takes care of a woman and child, all right, and the child being that of his seed, right? If a woman has a child where there is no man because he's out of the picture because of, let's say, incarceration, we'll give him that one, and death, all right, then that's one thing. And when I say incarceration, we're talking long term. All right.
And if she wasn't the one who got him locked up.
And she wasn't the one that got him locked up. But say he murdered somebody and he's going to be in jail for the next 30 years, out in 20. All right. The child's going to be fully grown. And that's kind of like death, right? It's permanent to the growth of the child, right? Now, if she chose him because he was in the Crip gang, all right, then no, you leave her alone. All right. But if, you know, some stuff happened and stuff like that, then that's the other thing. Now, I had a situation like that, and to make sure that stuff was straight, I wanted to go talk to the dude, visit him in jail, let him know what was up and stuff like that, find out what the real deal was.
That was how to do it. That's how a man do it right there. If you're gonna do it.
If you're going to do it, you need to find out that, one, she was innocent of him being there, and two, that he understands the type of man you are, and know that his seed will be in good hands. Yep. All right. And that's basically it. Out of respect to that man. What these dudes talking about, don't travel and stuff like that, I wouldn't trust these dudes as far as I could throw this planet. And the reason it being is that these men do not have respect for men.
Yep.
All right.
The common thing I'm hearing now is that they say, because it's all the red pill MGTOW type of talk, they say women are women, period. So you're not gonna find nothing better. And I just can't. I can't get with it, man.
Hold it. Wait, here's the problem: the laws are better, and the mentality
That's
of the
what
women are better everywhere else, but here.
I've been
The
trying to
only,
tell people that.
and so you don't know that until you travel.
Yep.
All right. And so to keep you in the dark, they tell you not to travel so that you're always guessing. When I talk about Colombia, when I talk about Brazil, because I've been in Colombia, I've been in Brazil, all right, I've been in Chile, all right, and I'm going to go to Costa Rica, all right, and and but I want to go to Costa Rica like I go to Brazil.
Yeah, I heard good things about that place.
All right.
Only thing about Costa Rica is I'm hearing too many Caucasian Americans moving there, relocating, because they think this country is about to collapse, and a lot of them are going to Costa Rica.
That's what. Hold up. That's why our behinds should be moving there.
Well, if they doing it, it's probably the right thing to do in a sense. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Our behinds should be going. One of the reasons I was checking out Costa Rica, and it'll probably be easier for y'all because Spanish is the language, right? And basically, we have a heritage there also.
Oh yeah, that whole
swap
all the way down.
Yeah, that whole swap. All right. It's cheaper for us to go there. So that's why I'm going. To give y'all the same way I started going to Brazil, I'm gonna go to Costa Rica to give you a breakdown of what it is to go there. All right. And so I'll probably go for like 3-4 days and stay at the hotel and see what I can see there. But the purpose of going will be the plane ticket is going to be $500 round trip. You get it for 4 something round trip.
Let me say one more thing that's coming from these brothers too now, a trick I'm hearing, because I've heard it about 3 times in the past 2 months. Brothers that are trying to discourage us from traveling, what happens is, okay, let's say a dude takes a trip to Russia.
Okay.
He has bad experiences with Russian women. He comes back and tells us, don't travel. They crazy out there. But bro, I'm not trying to go to Russia. You see the trick they're doing? They'll go to these places we're not even telling nobody to go to.
Right. I've always been saying South America because they're more like us, right? But here's the thing. I'm saying don't go down there strictly to look for a woman, because if you don't know enough of the language to be able to speak fluently to know when you're being deceived or not, that'd be a good reason to learn the language or to communicate. Then basically go down there, enjoy the life. If you get some other ways, then do you. All right, but don't go there and be like, oh, the women are garbage and this, that, and the other, because I tried to holler at one who believed that I was only going to be there for 3 days, and in her mind, oh, he ain't never coming back.
Right, you got guys going to the UK, which is worse than the United States in some ways.
Yep.
And guys complaining, talking about don't travel because the UK was bad. I'm like, dude, I'm not telling nobody to go to the UK.
Hold on. Here's the thing. So me going to Brazil, I went down there the first time. Then I went down there again. That's when they suggested I should meet Samina. Then I went down there again. All right. So now I'm out in the hood, in the favelas and stuff. Only I'm bringing stuff. And y'all saw the video of the first things that I brought there, right? And then I go again because I said, and I kept doing this for like 3 years. All right. Women start being attracted to me because they knew I was going to keep coming back about last November.
Oh, yeah, then. Yeah. Once they get to see that you for real.
Once they see.
Oh, yeah. I know about that.
Once they see that.
That you're not a tourist.
That you're not a tourist, that you're investing in their community, then you might not have a problem.
Yep.
But here's the thing. If all that you wanted to do was get some, you could have got that the first day.
Yep.
I wasn't going out like that because, I didn't know. And what I mean by I didn't know, I was handing out papers on the street. Hey, look, We could take, and I was like, man, I don't know you like that. You know what I mean? 'Cause it was, I didn't know what the customs were and stuff like that. And like everything is legal as far as the needs of the man everywhere but the United States. All right. And the women in the United States know that they have frustrated men is because they're part of the machine that frustrated the men.
That's right. Well, hey, brother, I got to run. I got to be at work in
Okay.
about 45 minutes, 50
Oh,
minutes.
yeah. And
Appreciate
let
you
me,
inviting
all
me.
right, let me, yeah. And thanks for showing up. And thanks for you showing up, KRW North Star. All right.
And I will definitely do it again. If I ever do some more, which I'm not sure of yet, but if I do, I'll definitely invite you.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right.
All
Have a
right.
good one.
You too. All right. And so to the rest of y'all, you know, that's basically what I have to say about it. I'm going to say this. In Brazil, it is, if you move there, the cost of living is very, very little. All right. I don't know what it is in Costa Rica, but I'll find out. I'll find out how you can live. All right. And there, I'm gonna say that for me. After I learn a little bit of this Spanish, and I learn, and y'all know I'm gonna be learning to be able to have a conversation. But with all that said, y'all, I'm out, and I'll let y'all know when I'm doing the next one. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do. And please go over and subscribe to Reluctant Nabi Neo, because that's where I'll be putting the videos back up at. All right. And I'll be doing live videos here until I do them there, but I'll let y'all know in the email. My email is this. All right. This is my email. So if you can, copy that down real quick, or just look in the description box of any of my videos on my Reluctant Nabi Neo channel. All right. I thank y'all for showing up. I'll holler back at you later. With that said, peace. I'm out, brothers.